Hey viewers, welcome to another game of Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing game number 2 between SuperNova as the Terran in the bottom right and Mouz as the Protoss player in the top left. So cross positions this time, which should make for a bit of a longer match than in game 1. And yes, if I spoiled you there, then you should have watched game 1 first. You should always watch game 1 first, because I do put out anti-spoiler videos. So if the one who won game 1 wins this one as well, I'm going to put a third game out, which is an anti-spoiler video, just for the fun of it, and just to make sure that people don't get spoiled by the fact that there are only 2 games on the channel. So then you would know who wins if if I didn't do that. So if game 1 is won by let's say the Protoss player, and there are only 2 games in a best of 3, then yeah, you obviously know that game 2 is going to be won by the Protoss player as well. But because I always put up the third game, it is not going to it's not going to matter. Anyhow, we do have the gateway coming up, we do have the scout going out, and let's see, is this forced cross positions? It seems to be, because he isn't going for that side base, he's going straight down the middle, so apparently it is not forced cross positions. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know the scouting patterns yet, but it seems that he has to walk all the way across anyway, and he is not going to see an expansion, he's not going to see a base here, and once he scouts this part, he will know, yeah, there's nobody here, let's just go out. By the way, this has been gone wrong so many times, where people stop short here, so just like a tenth of a second too early, and then they think, well, there's nobody there, but it's just because they didn't cap this geyser yet, and the command center will be over here, so they will just miss that command center. And I've seen that so many times that I'm really wondering, why do people do that? Why do people not just go in and do indeed what this guy is doing? So run in at least far enough. I mean, here he does see that the base is coming up, so the expansion is coming up. His own expansion is coming up as well, because with a 4-player map, yeah, you can pretty much safely do that as long as you have some defense going. 1 barracks already completed, 1 barracks is being produced at about 80%. And we do have a command center that is transforming into an orbital command. Second command center also transforming into orbital command. And we are going to build a bunker, because we got scouted by... so the Terran knows he got scouted by the Protoss player, but he also knows that he has no clue where the Protoss player is or what he's doing. So getting that bunker up is pretty much a safe bet, because they only cost 100 minerals, and you can get 75 back if you cancel them, if you what's it called, salvage them or cancel them. But yeah, the thing is, it is a very safe thing, because you get 400 extra HP on your Marines, and it's repairable, so you can actually put on put some SCVs on that, and with that get a very nice amount of extra HP, even though it does cost a little bit of minerals, but it is well worth it. Anyhow, we do have the Zealot just standing here guarding this ramp, and the Stalker is going to move forward a little bit. So for now, it is a pretty easy opening. It is 3 barracks now, 3 barracks from 2 bases. He can still build a few more, I believe, but for now he's just building some first Marines. Then he's going into 2 of these, 1 tech lab and 2 of the reactors. And that is going to be a Marine strategy then. Obviously, eventually he will have to build something else, like medevacs and things like that. But for now, Marines will do quite nicely. They are great against the Stalkers. They do very well against the Zealots. They're not awesome against Zealots, but yeah, well, it's about equal. So the fact that you can produce more is probably better. And obviously that was an easy fight there for the Stalker, but look how much damage he took. He took like 2/3 of the shield in damage from just 1 Marine. And that, of course, is why Marines are so strong. They do a lot of damage to those Stalkers. And because you have multiple of those, you will actually just win straight off. If you have enough of them. If you have enough of the Marines. Not really producing the add-ons yet. He is going to go for Stim Pack into Combat Shield. And that makes them so much tougher and so much more dangerous. And obviously that makes them even more powerful against those Stalkers. So we're going to have a look at what we see here. We see all kinds of gateways. 4 gateways, 1 robotic facility. It is kind of a lot, but he can definitely make that work. 2 forges, so he wants to get those upgrades out as soon as possible. And obviously we're not going to see cannons for now. Well, at all. Because cannons are for versus Zerg only. You don't really build them versus Terran or versus Protoss. They're just there. So we do have infantry weapons coming up now that he has finished his engineering bay. And of course we have a starport coming up. As I said, the starport is going to produce some medeffects. It's going to take this reactor because the factory for now is not going to be used. It may be used later to produce some tanks. Oh, he is actually going to build some widow mines first. Okay, that's fine. So 2 widow mines coming out, 1 medevac, and then he's going to probably switch and make come on, tech lab on that. So with a tech lab on your factory you can produce siege tanks, but you can also produce whatever else you want, because you can produce everything out of that then. Just not 2 at a time. And obviously you can still build the reactor on it if you want to. But, well. So it seems that we have 2 tech labs and 1 reactor instead of 2 reactors and 1 tech lab, which means that he might actually be going for a number of Marauders. Marauders are of course even better against the Stalkers because they do extra damage versus armored, double damage in fact, versus armored, and that is a great deal because Stalkers are armored, but they are pretty terrible against Zealots. But yeah, as I said, the Marines will do just fine against Zealots. Should not be too much of a problem. So the little probe, he saw it coming. He saw the army coming and he said, well, I'm not going to go there. Wow, this command center actually never completed. And wow, he took out that SCV and then all of the SCVs came in here just to mine, but they're not actually going to mine very efficiently. Because, well, there is no command center there. So they have to run all the way back to this base to deliver their minerals. And he's still not rebuilding this. It is still unfinished. He's concerned with this, obviously. And, oh, I missed a little bit of a fight. But, yeah, let's see the result of that. No, that's not the result. This is the result. So the Terran lost a few more units here, but he did get some units killed at least. He killed some of these guys, I guess, some sentries. Because the force field's up, and now with the Colossus up, he should have a pretty decent defense against his army. The command center finally completed. It took him quite a while, but well, there is no 3rd base up for our Protoss player yet. And Protoss versus Terran, pretty much both of the races want to have, well, the same amount of bases out. And he is going to cancel whatever that was and build a command center instead. Oh, sorry, a Nexus instead. So, yeah, the drop is coming in. We did produce quite a lot of everything. And with that new ability to boost your movement speed, he can actually get across the map pretty quickly. And here is the scout. Does he see? Yeah, he did see it in time. And he is going to fall back because this is too small an army to hold off this many Marauders. Yeah, the Warpin was in a little bit of an awkward spot. And wow, this could actually end the match right here. So many Marauders in this drop. This is insane. As you can see, they don't really do well against the Zealots. He is not going to finish it right here, but that was a great amount of damage done. And yeah, so many Marauders in that drop. That was very effective. in fact. He lost a few units, sure, but that is not too much of a problem. The Protoss player now the one with the heaviest losses, because, well, that attack was just very effective, and with, well, 4 versus 2 workers killed, that is not too big of a deal. But yeah, the scout is going off. Oh, the scan, sorry. Although, yeah, I don't know why he scanned that. Oh, you know, he wants to know if the observer is there. The observer, of course, can actually kill your entire attack just by seeing what you want to do, and that's why he scanned that. He wants to see if the observer is, what is in this base, and yeah, there you go. Going to kill this entire base, obviously, and a few of the probes. Not a lot of the probes, though. Only gets 2 additional probes on top of what he already had. And this base is going to go down, no problem. The rest of the army, or well, the whole army, I guess, for the Protoss player, just sitting back in this base, getting scanned now, and he should be able to defeat this eventually, because, well, with this base coming up, I guess the Protoss is trying to get a new base up, but the Terran player already has that new base fully up and mining, and that is going to make a big difference in the income, and obviously not so much in minerals, because, well, they have similar amounts of workers, harvesters as they're called in this tab. In this tab they're called workers, so it's kind of strange, but whatever. Yeah, the Terran will get more eventually, but it's mainly the gas that is, of course, the problem. The gas is very, very valuable, and as you can see, wow, those, oh my god, they got instantly killed there. The Colossi were going to be the saving grace against this this army, but yeah, they got killed instantly. And when everything lands, as you can see, most of the damage is done by the stim pack, because everyone is at similar health, and that doesn't happen just by attacking. It happens by using stim pack on your entire army twice. And yeah, well, it worked out very nicely for our Terran player here, who had a very good strategy here. And yeah, well, that's just it. So anyway, on to game 3. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.